Hey, thanks for checking in on Bathtub Sir, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're on the final day of the Turnabout Samurai. This is it, the final day in court. And this is the only day we get left. Apparently trials only last 3 days in this justice system here in the Phoenix Wright world, and we've got to make it count. We believe Vasquez is the murderer, and we just need to really tear apart her testimony and make it so. There is one point of this testimony which I think we can find a contradiction, but I'm not too sure yet. So, to begin with, we're just going to press every part. She entered the trailer a little before noon. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. So she went alone. Okay. And the meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp, it ended at 4 o'clock. And he died, Jack Hammer died at 2:30, was it? Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Oof. Oh gosh, she's real feisty. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 PM and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5 PM. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Okay, you was fatigued, so you had Sal take you. Hold on. You had Sal take you. What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh right. So at 2:30 you took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. This is a farce. It was a 15-minute break. You ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. You find some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere. Evidence that she didn't eat the steak. Oh, God. What have we got? How do we know she didn't eat the steak? Found in an employee area, on it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. That's in an employee area. She used this van to... So, Manella used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. But blocks the path to the scene of the crime between 2 PM and 4 PM. So it was cleared after 4 PM? This is what I'm struggling with here. Okay, so it ended at 4 PM. That's fine. There's to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Oh. You had Sal take you. See, I think this is going to be wrong, but I think I want to present this. How could he take you if this was in the way? Nope, it's crap. Oh my god. This is not a good start. Right, so, am I on the right track? Took a 15-minute long break in the meeting. He ate T-bone steaks in the table in front of the trailer. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Time of death, 2:30 PM. Guide map to Global Studios. The murder weapon. Block the path to the scene of the crime. Shows an accident involving jackhammer. Found on a table in the employee area. There's nothing that shows that she didn't eat the freaking steak. There's nothing here, surely. Unless... oh god. I don't know, I really don't know. Unless does this table show anything? Or this photo show anything? No, that's from ages ago. It's like 5 years old. Oh god, okay, let me just press this again. If someone can verify this, no. Find some evidence that proves that she didn't eat that steak. I mean, I don't know. Because the only thing we have to do with the steak is this. 2:30, you took a 15-minute break. I mean, should we just present the steaks here and say that we found traces of sleeping pills in other steaks? Is that the only thing we can do? I feel like it's going to be so wrong and we're destroying this case already. Okay. Oh! Okay, I can't believe that worked because that has no bearing on the stakes in the in Studio 2 area. I mean, I really am sort of flailing through this trial, but so maybe we're onto something here. Huh, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Oh man, am I thinking about this all wrong? It's not the fact that... so we're saying she couldn't have ate a steak in 15 minutes because she's like so slender and stuff? So it's not long enough and then there's nothing left? Is this what we're doing? I need to think about this so much more, I don't know, attorney-like. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will. Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. Oh my god, that was it? How was I meant to know that if the only plate we're given was the bone plate? Oh god, okay. The plates were bare. Oh, her face. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. You ate a boneless steak. You didn't eat the steak. The steak was a lie. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere. Like the incinerator. Oh, I can't remember the incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honour? Meeting the Steel Samurai, picking on Salmonella. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honour. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, who was actually Jack Hammer, right? And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. But, Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was, worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. I don't feel very witty right now. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you could. No, you couldn't, could you? But you broke it in half. Because it has, this, the murder weapon, a break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. But was it it was mended in rehearsal in the morning. So, she didn't kill him with that, she killed him the same way he killed that guy. Through here. You couldn't, could you? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? Here we go. I'm up to speed now. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. What, because it was broken, or because it's that thing? Take that! I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Oh, order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Oof. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Yes, we can. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. So yeah, it would just be this. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Hell yeah, it has. Now we've got her on the ropes. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 PM on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. Oh, is that sweat? In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You denied that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet, the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45 PM. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? I bet she can move. I mean, yeah, she had another way. She could have used the car, surely. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Oh, this is easy now. Now we got him. The only thing, I'm really gutted that we messed up on the steak plate so soon, because I've been smashing the rest of this trial. It was the van, definitely. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate's costume. Hold on, right? Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was, I guess. Of course, Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Or probably, I don't like the use of probably. We need definitelys. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? Oh no, she's smiling. No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win. So, what happens next? Don't question me, or blank me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did it? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle? You proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? She's right. She's very right. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Oh God. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. Oh, what do I do now? Testify again? No further questions? Oh, get to testify again, surely. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? Oh, you'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! Damn! To come so far only to fail. Please, someone save us. Mayor, you got any ideas? As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez.
Objection!
Oh, Edgeworth, you coming in? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honour. I didn't. Oh no, what? My heart skipped a beat, my hopes were risen, but no. I see. Very well.
Objection!
Your Honour, I request that the witness testify again. Come on, Edgeworth, you got something here, dude. Second time lucky. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honour? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Oh, well, yes, indeed, verily, I say, ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Oh. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realised she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. Okay, let's go. Another testimony. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying, he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Oh god, you see any contradictions? I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Okay, well let's just press everything as standard. So he's with Sal and Oldbag. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 PM for the rehearsal. So I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Press harder? Why not? Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmon in his help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. Assistant was there too, okay. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember? Remember? What? There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seem calm enough when I accuse you of murder. Ugh. Press harder, keep going. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way round? The other way around. You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. Without, he doesn't stand out? What? He often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. Called the police, okay. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick, why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Okay, she was quite agitated. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Okay. Let me think. That was Jack Hammer though. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. Oh, I don't think there's anything in there I can use. Okay. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Going back to the tray to get your script and notes. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your scripts and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Yeah, but you didn't know that. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Objection!
Your Honour, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Yes, exactly what I said, Edgeworth. Me and you, buddy. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth? What have you just said? It's a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defence? I appreciate the concern, Your Honour. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. Oh. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defence. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness would change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Oh, okay. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director? You have to find something to peg this on her here. Or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get them. Oh no. I can't do it. I can't do it. What is it? What shows the falseness in that? When was the morning run through? So it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. Oh, I just don't know. It's got to be this photo. It's got to be that photo, maybe? Okay, let's give this a go. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action, so I left him behind. Oh, God. Oh, I'm not sure about this. What do I present? Wait a minute. It is this statement. It is the photo that we have to present. Because Hammer was injured. It wasn't Hammer who was injured, was it? I was so confused. Let me look at the photo. Is it this? He's dragging one leg. The Steel Samurai. But it was Jack Hammer and the Steel Samurai thing, but she would have thought it was Powers. Right? Oh, we'll take a risk. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Yes, that's what I meant. It was Will Powers who was injured, but it was Jack Hammer in the suit. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. That's what I'm trying to say, but I can't explain it enough. Thank you, Phoenix. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when he was doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Oh, we got her, we got her. Order, order. I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Oh. Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Oh, why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Motive? Why would she have killed him? Why did she want to kill him? Oh, I don't know. I guess we can try and prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in the murder. I mean, the photo. Right, that's the only thing I can think of. We don't have anything to show that. Okay, let's give this a go. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, the accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Reveal evidence? We don't have any evidence. He had no motive. She was a cold-hearted killer. Oh, what would the evidence be? Crap. He wanted to expose her. I mean, I generally can't think of any evidence we could use. So would it just be a waste of these? I mean, we just go for this, and then if it does crash out, we can really think about the evidence. She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honour. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. Oh, wait, are you saying he was going to kill her? All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense. What? What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? Your Honour, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Oh, she broke a cigarette holder. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel? Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please, try to remain calm. No! No! How could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch him! Miss Vasquez! No! Please. Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth. Where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Not guilty. Hey-oh, there we go. I'm so confused though. Kind of. Oh my god, this has been the most confusing case. That is all. This court is adjourned. Thank goodness, need to get out of there. That was so tough. We did it though. Finally. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Show evidence? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because of this? It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show. That's the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. Me too. This case was a headfuck. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP! Oh? Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Huh? Is something wrong? No! Of course not! Ah! Nick! Edgeworth! Whoa, never seen him face on before. Looks like a vampire. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right? I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Oh, Jesus, that's cold. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right? I'd admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody in that system. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Pink. Oh, he couldn't play the Pink Princess though, could he? Or could he? The end. Wow. Oh my god. I'm kind of happy to see the end of Turnabout Samurai. That was a mess. What was this one? A brand new episode. Oh, it's got Edgeworth and a creepy magician. A parrot. Cool. I didn't catch the name of this one, but I can't wait to start it just from that gallery picture there. Oh my god, we made it. It's all done. Turnabout Samurai, another case closed. It feels good. If you enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright, please go ahead and leave a like. It does help me out so much, so thank you if you choose to do so. If you want to see more, please go ahead and subscribe. We've got a lot more cases to get through this game. We're barely about a third done. So there's tons here for you. Like I said, please go subscribe. I can bring that to you. Got any questions you want to raise? Can you make a bit more sense of it? I think I got my head around it at the last second, but then we brought in the motive stuff and oh, I don't really know. But please leave a comment below and I'll make sure I get back to you. Alright? See you!